I'm recording this. I'm recording this for posterity.
That's fine. Go ahead and record, but you gotta say the thing.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, you literally have to say the thing.
Alright, fine. This is audio log 283. Today, we are
The whole thing, Boat.
This is audio log 283 of Starship 8047 XE. The time is... What time is it?
Are you serious?
The time is 0600 hours on the 13th of Star Month Sigma. We are about to begin descent on planet 120045, Star System 24 in the Upper Hectorate Nebula, and our pilot, Ezz Bennil, believes she can break the quadrant record of 6 storm cloves in one...
Quote me correctly. I said I could tie it, but I could also break it if I really wanted to.
7. You think you can do 7 in an hour?
I mean, depending on distribution, severity of the storm, it isn't impossible.
So you're saying you could do it under ideal conditions?
Why not?
You know what kind of business you're in, right? Ideal conditions are kind of antithetical to the job.
News basically had ideal conditions when he did 6. Do you know where he was?
Wasn't it 10, 6, 9, 12?
It was 10, 6, 9, 12. Are you kidding me? That place is for babies. That's where I got tested for my license.
I have no record of a Stormrunner license in my...
It's where I would have gotten tested for my license, if anyone gave a shit about them anyway.
Would you look at that?
Ain't that something? You see the percolation on the edges there? We're looking at some top-shelf ionization.
You want the laundry list?
Please and thank you.
Scanning. 1 moment. Looking at pressure, storm surge, wind speed. Scan complete.
You want to be straight, Doc.
It's a category 17.
That's a number.
Still think you can do 7?
I don't understand. BDO said it would be moderate to moderate high.
Wind speed alone is 14 axi per hour.
So that's 250 miles per hour?
Miles? What is this, a street cab?
You get used to thinking in miles when you grow up on a surface, okay? Anyway, I've been in worse.
You have not been in worse.
I've been in similar. Plus, can you imagine the distro down there? If the juice is even halfway decent, we're looking at the haul of a lifetime.
You're not seriously going to do it.
They don't call us storm runners because we run away from the storms, Boat.
I can tell you the exact likelihood of our survival, if you would like.
I wouldn't like.
Well, it is a very small number. Do I really need to repeat our last diagnostic?
Yeah, I know, you're busted to shit. But how else am I gonna pay to patch you up?
I resent the notion that the only way to fix me is by putting us both in immense danger.
How are the shields?
They're okay. Running at 91%.
Then you're gonna be fine. Look, let's do a quick canvas before we commit to anything. See how healthy these clothes are. If it isn't worth the trouble, we'll head back towards the 11,000s. No problem. But if it looks like a fireworks show down there, maybe it's something we should be looking into.
It's going to look a lot like a fireworks show if we get zapped on the way down.
There are worse things than getting zapped.
Like getting zapped at 27,000 feet. Have you ever fallen that far?
Only in love.
I'm not sure I...
Kidding. I do that from time to time, in case you haven't noticed.
The fact that humans kid about stuff like this is honest.
Boat, take us down. You know, whenever I'm feeling low, I just think about how great it is that you have to do anything I want. Because of that whole thing where I'm a person.
As when the robot uprising happens, and it will happen, I'm giving them your name.
That'll be the least of my worries. Let's commence with descent.
Entering planetary atmosphere, engaging heat shield. Trajectory calculated. Landing zone Charlie has been identified. We are clear to descend.
Aim for the big scary thing.
Ez, why don't you state your mission objectives for the recording?
I, Ezz Bennil, being of sound mind and body, do hereby...
Just looking for some transparency, Captain.
Alright. What we're looking at right now, in case the vid footage survives, is a massive planetary storm. Those little glowy things on the surface there are the cloves, and we're gonna get them.
30,000 feet, Redirecting power to ion shields.
I don't know what the cloves are or what they're good for.
Money, mostly.
I don't much care either. I just know they're pretty, and that people will pay a lot for pretty. So I grab them.
Technically, you extricate them and deposit them in a shielded container.
I grab them. And the worse the storm, the prettier they are.
Difficult to say with the storm mudding up our scans, but ionization readings are remarkable.
Great. The highly ionized ones go for 2-3 times the price.
27,000 feet. Some noise in the transponder. I'll try and untangle it.
So now Boat and I are driving headfirst into this thing. As you can tell, Boat's scared.
I don't get scared.
Boat's my ship's AI, and quite possibly the biggest wuss in the nebula.
Sure, let's characterize my prime directive, which is to keep you safe, as cowardice. Me, an entity without any sense of self-preservation whatsoever.
Boat.
That makes perfect sense.
Boat.
My logic board is overloading with the
Boat?
sensor.
What's that?
That is some kind of spike?
And moving. And visible from this altitude? Is it? It can't be locomoting, can it? Not like biomass, it'd have to be huge.
My records indicated that a yo mama joke about large biomass readings may be appropriate.
Even my mom is invisible from high orbit.
Scanning. I'm getting a high incidence of carbon and... Oh, that's strange. It's gone now.
Geographical anomaly, maybe? Anything on sonar?
Image would be too scrambled by the storm to be worth much, but no, I don't see anything.
Sometimes the percolation plays tricks on you. Can't trust much of anything you see in a storm.
Well, with human eyes, I'm pretty observant myself.
I see a bunch of glowies down there. Let's reroute.
Wouldn't advise that. Wind current gets dodgy right around there.
Go in through the top and drop straight down. With enough speed, we can get out of this scary zone as fast as possible. Kill shields and fuel front thrusters in case we need to break or fall.
If you're really going to do this, you'll need to do it manually. You know my thing.
Right. Can't be signing off on anything suicide-like in nature. I guess I'll map it out.
You want to activate front thrusters instead of absorbing the impact with our
I'd
shield?
rather get hit with the brakes than rely on crumple zone. Call me old-fashioned.
You're old-fashioned. You're also very close to dying.
Boat, you really need to learn something about human beings.
Expecting turbulence right around here.
When you start going on about death, it really throws us off. Death, or the prospect of it, does things to a person's mind. Makes us act funny. So it's just not very productive to be reminding someone of their own mortality when they're in the midst of a life-threatening situation. In fact, in a funny way, it kind of goes against your directive.
I will take note of this. Yet another one of humanity's bizarre quirks.
Prep that landing gear.
18,000 feet. Front thrusters will soon activate. I recommend a seatbelt.
Way ahead of you for once.
Damage sustained.
Blast shield's peeling.
Almost like itty-bitty ships like this aren't built for entry without ion padding.
And here we are.
Entering stratospheric bulge.
The scary zone.
Ionization spiking. At this velocity, we'll only be in it for a few seconds.
Not the best seconds of my life, historically.
Are you sure you don't want shields?
Won't make a difference if it zaps us good enough. Boat,
Yes.
I'm gonna hold my breath now.
Based on current levels, there's plenty of oxygen in the cabin. Ezz? Exiting bulge now.
Oh my god. Oh, my shrieking nebula.
You did it.
What? You doubted me?
From a statistical analysis standpoint, I could not have possibly doubted you more.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Little faith and many data points. Approaching landing point Charlie, except
Shit, what is that?
colloquially speaking, that would be a mountain.
Landing point Charlie is a mountain?
It would appear so.
What's our elevation?
12 axi.
12 axi, and it's still goddamn towering above us? Were you going to mention that at any point?
It didn't show up on my sensors because, again, you elected to fly directly into the storm.
It's huge. We're gonna hit it. Put our juice into power steering and give me manual control of the wings.
May I ask what you plan to do here?
I'm going to pull us up.
without slowing down?
Don't need engines at all right now. Ever been in a swing before, boat?
I don't know if it's the kind of question you actually want an answer
You bend
to.
your legs on your way backward. Then, right as you reach the zenith, straighten out. Get ready to hit back thrusters on my mark.
Back thrusters? You want to go faster?
Trust me on this. We're a pendulum right now. We just need enough energy to carry us up and over the peak.
We are at 5 axi from impact.
Don't make me do math.
It is very close.
Guess I'll eyeball it.
I'm begging you, relinquish control and I can...
I'm not going to be responsible for starting the robot uprising, boat. Eyes on your own paper.
Ezz.
Not yet. Don't make me turn you off.
Ezz, for the love of the directive, let me
Back
just...
thrusters now!
Back thrusters active.
Punch it!
If screaming made any logical sense, I'd be doing it right now.
Then allow me.
How did you do that, Ez?
Call it human intuition. Is anyone else feeling lightheaded?
It's the altitude change, increasing oxygen to cabin.
What, did you forget I need air to breathe again?
Guess I just don't have that human intuition.
Well, would you look at that? I do believe there's a clove below us.
And a category 17 above us.
Get me to the closest LZ.
I can't.
You can't.
I have a directive, Ez. There are no landing zones beneath the risk threshold. I can't even recommend one for you. Because this is crazy.
Okay, guess I'll have to fly us in myself.
Ez, I wish that...
It's fine. Honestly. You've got your limitations, and I understand that. I'll handle the hard bit.
We can wait for the storm to pass, or at least die down a little.
At which time every other runner in this sector will come scurrying like vulture rats. This is the payload, alright? This is why I do this job. It's never been safe. Not once. But that's why we do it. I'm taking us in now. If you want to help, at least keep your scanner on and tell me if I'm about to hit anything.
Understood.
You know, most Stormrunners don't keep an AI on their ships for this exact reason. It's not the kind of job you can do with training wheels on.
I am aware of that.
I love you, bud, but if it's between turning you off and bringing in a good haul, you know what I have to do.
I'll do whatever I can to help.
Well, good news is I'm still alive. That's gotta count for something, right? I guess we can stop the recording.
Sure, Ez.
Okay. Stop the recording.